I'd like to welcome everyone back to So-Called Experts. Back with me once again, my boy Hernandez here.
Yeah.
Today we're going to get into this argument about NBA MVP. We have three candidates, right? We have Kobe, LeBron, and Kevin Durant.
Undisputed.
Undisputed, top three, hands down. The guy I got to go with, LeBron James.
I gotta argue that all day. I go with Kevin Durant. Being a Kobe fan, I think Kevin Durant, he's performing. He just helped the Thunder beat the Miami Heat.
Right.
He's performing at a level. Yeah, it was one game, but you can't argue that it was a playoff atmosphere.
It was.
I think Kevin Durant right now, the way he's playing is far and above what his stats say. When you compare him to what LeBron's doing, what Kobe's doing it with less support. But I think that comparing to the other two guys, even though he has a little bit more support than what the Lakers do, I think he's playing at a better level than what anybody else is playing.
I think when you talk MVP, you're talking about complete game. I think when we look at Durant, we see a lights out shooter, right? He can hit from anywhere on the court. He's the best shooter out of the three, range wise. But when you talk about complete game, I got to go with LeBron. His rebounds are higher. He's only as great of a scorer that Kevin Durant is. He's a great scorer, right? Mm-hmm. He only averages 1 point per game more than LeBron. Whereas LeBron gets more rebounds, more assists, and is one of the best defenders in the league. So he does it all. So why wouldn't you say LeBron as the MVP?
Well, first of all, I think that LeBron has a little bit more freedom out there. He has a freedom because he has a top, probably even a top 3 defender with Dwayne Wade. He has, it's like saying I got one of the best defenders at my disposal. I'm going to go out there and play however I want to. And then he also has the option of deferring to Dwayne Wade. You give that guy the ball at the end, he's going to dribble a couple times. He doesn't feel right. He can give the ball to Dwayne Wade and let him be the last second shooter.
He can, and I think that's the one thing that knocks LeBron is he's proven he's not clutch. Where Kevin Durant has shown he is clutch. He's had a lot of game winners.
The difference that I see there is with Durant, when I do see him play, he's not in any shape or form the kind of guy who, if he doesn't get the ball, doesn't touch the ball in a certain possession, he doesn't go out there and wave his hands up. He's not out there crying and complaining. He's not mad at his teammates when they miss a shot. He's the ultimate team player. And even though he's not as good defensively or on the boards as LeBron James, I think his overall dimensions makes you not want to shoot around him. He's so tall that I don't see nobody shooting or trying to take him one-on-one. You could drive on him, but he has a type of discipline where he's going to stay put defensively and do his job and rely on his team to do his job. But I don't think that makes his team a better team. I think that just means that he trusts in the system more than what anybody else does.
I would say another argument for me for LeBron is I actually think the Thunder are a better team than the Heat, which I think LeBron has to do more. And everyone's going to say the big three, right? Which I think D-Wade is better than Westbrook. But then I don't like Chris Bosh. I think he's very weak, very, very weak. And the rest of the team is pretty weak. Shane Battier, old guys. The Thunder, they're all young and very athletic. Harden, Westbrook, you got Ibaka, who is a great defender. So you were talking about the freedom to defer. Mm-hmm. I think Kevin Durant has that. Because he can press someone and know that if they drive past him, Ibaka's back there. Or as they guys call him, Iblaka. Because he blocks everything, right? He's great. So I think Durant has that freedom to let that happen.
I think that, I just disagree. I believe that when it comes down to putting people in the right positions, I think Miami is looked on like it's just, those two guys and, talking about LeBron and Dwayne Wade. Obviously these are two guys where if you were to give a 5-team draft, these are two guys who would almost certainly be like hand-in-hand picks.
Yeah.
You can't say that Westbrook is a top 5 player. But you could say that about LeBron, and you could say that about Westbrook.
Yeah, that's true.
And when it comes down to their third player, you've already got 2 perimeter players between Westbrook and Durant, and the same almost with LeBron and with Dwayne Wade. Mm-hmm. The third player, you put him in. You want to layer yourself out to where you got somebody on the inside, and I think Chris Bosh as a scorer, it makes them a more overall better team scoring wise. And we already know the kind of defense that LeBron and Dwayne Wade play, they play shutdown defense. So you put them on anybody. You could put LeBron on Kevin Durant and not worry about LeBron scoring because you can give that to Dwayne Wade. But can you do the same thing where if you shut down Kevin Durant or we ask him to play all-out defense, can you rely on Westbrook to be the scorer?
I think Westbrook's shown that he can do it. I mean, in this season already, I think once or twice, all the Harden, Westbrook, and Durant have scored like 30 points each in one game alone. Now that's ridiculous. I don't think the Heat have ever done that. Bosh has never done that. Bosh usually is there. Like he stands out when one of the guys is missing, when D Wade's out or something. And going on that, I think LeBron's had to carry the team more because D Wade and Bosh have both missed games this year.
Yeah.
So LeBron's had to carry the team, whereas Westbrook and them have been there the whole time.
When it comes down to playoffs, the more dangerous team is Miami. It couldn't be more obvious to me because we're talking about these guys.
I disagree with you again. I think it's the Thunder.
If you can find a way to get Durant off his game, which at this point it's got to be defense. It's not offense. Yeah. It's got to be. If you make the guy stress 100% on his defense, his offense is going to go down a bit. Because it's the way it is right now is it's all 100% offense, and his defense, he hasn't had to be that shutdown guy.
Yeah, he has.
But I've seen him play defense. I've seen him on Kobe. He's done a good job. But when it comes down to LeBron, his defense is suffocating. He can stop anyone.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're barely 6 feet or if you're Paul Gasol, 7-footer.
Which is why he's the MVP. But how about we got to give some love to Kobe Bryant.
Well, Kobe all day. I think Kobe deserves to be argued with these other guys. Mm-hmm. I think at this point, even though the stats say otherwise, I think Kobe his game has gone down as far as intensity. This last week or so, I think he's let a lot of this media controversy cloud his game on the court.
Bench City.
There's a problem with the benching. He got benched himself, and now you got his up and coming center being benched, and he doesn't know how to handle it.
How much of an effect do you think Derek Fisher has? Is it because of Derek Fisher being gone that all this is happening? Because like I heard earlier, they were saying Derek Fisher wouldn't have let Bynum act immature like that.
But that's not true because I've seen Bynum act way more foul. What did he do to Barea last year in the playoffs? That was just way worse than what he did yesterday, the other day. I think Bynum has a deficiency when it comes to cerebral game. He's
immature.
He's immature. He's not one of those guys who's going to go out there and calm you down. If somebody else is out of line, you can't defend. You can't expect Bynum to be the guy to do it.
Yeah.
I think Fisher was that guy. But I don't know that.
I mean, he was the league rep. He represented the league, so obviously you could think that he had the Lakers locker room in control if he can handle the whole league. Now without that, I agree. Kobe is the leader on the court, right? He's hands down the hardest working basketball player in the league. But does he know how to control a locker room? That's what I don't think the Lakers have.
I think when it comes to him in the locker room, it's no longer, we're playing basketball, and a lot of people have a problem with Kobe's ego. And I can easily see how he's not that locker room guy where he's more like, you got a problem, you need to figure it out. He's not going to talk to you about it. Fisher probably was that guy, and I don't know if our test is helping at all.
I doubt it.
But it comes down to it. We got a humble point guard now, and maybe he's gonna embrace his role as a team leader on team general.
I don't think he can do that this year.
I don't think he could. We're hoping that just on the field is good enough.
Yeah.
When on the court, when the Lakers are playing, it's just a matter of hitting those shots. When we get out there, Kobe Bryant is leading the team. Playing. If we can play up to his intensity, then we can beat anybody. Maybe Sessions in the locker room as a point guard, as a general, can develop a kind of chemistry where he can have a word out there and he can talk to the team. But
so who do you have in the MVP race right now in order from 1 to 3?
I gotta go. Being a Kobe fan, I gotta go Kevin Durant, LeBron James, and then Kobe.
So I say LeBron James, Kevin Durant, then Kobe. So those are our picks. Let us know what you guys think. Hit me up on the So-Called Experts Network. You know, let me know if you disagree. I'm pretty sure some of you Kobe fans out there are screaming at the camera right now.
Look, Laker fans, I would really like to say Kobe. I would really love to say Kobe, but you know, I just got to keep it real. Right now, Kobe's slacking it. Needs to pick it up. We've seen him do better. No matter what the stats say, he's having a great year. He needs to do better. He needs to show that he can be a leader on the court where we expect him to be. Locker room, different subject, but on the court, he needs to do better.
All right, nicely put. So for my boy Hernandez, for this So-Called Expert, any last words?
Just want to say what's up to Lakers. Hey, we got a shot. I want to say what's up to my little girl, Damaris. Let's go.
With that said, So-Called Experts, stay tuned. Support your troops. We're out.